Hey guys, Hello Bella here. In this video, I'm going to be going over my Amazon FBA sales for the whole year of 2020, and I'll kind of talk to you a little bit about how my FBA business has evolved into kind of shifting from books to more of a retail arbitrage business. I'm still doing a lot of books, but I really am starting to prefer to do RA just because the returns are a little bit easier to come by, especially since I'm not considering doing bulk books right now. But anyways, my total sales for the whole year was $75,330. I sold 5,055 units, and my average sale was $17.97. So of course all the numbers are there, but we want to take a look at profit. So I'm going to show you my total profit for the year on this 75K using a website that I use. It's actually a software called Inventory Lab, and what that does is it allows me to put in my total cost for everything and my expenses. So this is going to kind of show us all of that. Now I know it's a lot of data here, so just bear with me, but Inventory Lab is going to give me a report for the entire year of 2020. So if you scroll down to look at this on the bottom left, this is going to tell you my net profit. So net profit on all of that $75,000 in sales, which is what the customer paid, my take home from this is $26,885. So that is my return that I'm going to get to keep at the end of the year. And of course, I have to pay taxes on this amount. Of course, I've got plenty of deductions, so I shouldn't have to pay too much taxes on this amount. But anyways, let's take a look at this. 31.54% profit margin percent of total income. So basically they're saying 26K was 31% of that 75, which I'm really happy with, to be honest with you. I was thinking it was going to be closer to around 25%, but it wound up being around 31%, and I would think that is largely attributed to the books that I sell that kind of boost up the margins a little bit. Take a look over here, guys, at my expenses. My expenses were $58,362, and this is really normal for a typical RA business. Of course, like if I want to make $50,000 next year, I need to sell about $150,000 in product. Just like if I want to make $100,000 in profit, I need to sell about $300,000 in product. So just kind of keep that in mind when you see people post their sales numbers. A lot of the times they are not sharing profit, so I'm going to be transparent with you guys and share my profit so we can take a look at how this business functions. Now, obviously, my time is spread over different businesses. On my Merch by Amazon business alone, last year I made around $26,000 as well. So between the two of my Amazon businesses, I'm making over $50,000 a year, which to me is a pretty good living, especially where I live. It's actually really high compared to what most other people make who are living here. And then I have some other income streams like YouTube and income streams like my other stocks that I invest in, things like that. So I do have multiple income streams, and I do sell a little bit on eBay, not a ton on eBay, but a little bit on eBay. And of course, I'm always looking for opportunities to make extra income. So let's take a look at my sales. Now this is going to go month by month, so you can kind of look at what my sales were. My March month was kind of crazy, so that was definitely an outlier. March was $19,000 in sales, and April was $15,000 in sales. If you guys remember correctly, that was when the market kind of went crazy. People started buying everything, literally everything, like toothpaste, any kind of cosmetic products. People were buying things like food items were selling pretty well on Amazon at that point, like things like prepackaged food and any of those meals that could be made without like hot water, basically, is the only ingredient in them. People were buying that kind of stuff all day long. So I took advantage of that. Of course, I didn't like price gouge or anything. I know a lot of people probably watching this are going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Every reseller that I know is probably taking advantage of the like panic that set in March and April. Obviously, I didn't sell things like hand sanitizer, but I did sell a lot of food items and a lot of items that just like I feel like personally needed to be distributed throughout the US, especially when I live in an area where the item was in stock and other places they were saying we can't get this at all. So yeah, I kind of feel like resellers sometimes are the only way to redistribute things, and so we get paid for that. But anyways, don't want to talk about that for too long. Scrolling down here, you're going to see my net profit month to month. January net profit super low, only 156 bucks. Then we went up to 527, and then this crazy month happened. I made $9,000 in 1 month, and that was profit. So that actually was most of the money that I made all year. Not gonna lie to you guys, like I do work on Amazon FBA, but I have been kind of lazy this year. I probably could have worked a lot more, but just honestly, the way that the year was going for me, I just did not feel like it. So I just kind of worked as I wanted to work, and I feel like that's another really good part of being self-employed and having that nest egg of cash available. Like if I don't want to work for a couple of months, I really don't have to work at all. The next month in April, I made $6,515, and then we went to $3,000, and then we went way back down, 192. I think I was so tired after March, April, May. I just like kind of was like, all right, I'm not gonna do this for a little while, and then I picked it back up here in looks like September, October, November, December, which is fourth quarter. I made $1,000 and $2,000, almost 2,500 here, and then 1,692, and then 1,519 in December for my total profit for the whole year, $26,885. One of the things that you're going to see here, a lot of discrepancies because this accounts for my inventory lab subscription for the whole year. So that was $539 expenses. I'll go over some of my other expenses here, but we'll kind of break it down thing by thing. And sorry if I'm talking a little fast. It's a lot of data to cover, and I don't want to make this a long video because I just feel like it will be useless to you. Part of the reason I'm making this video is to be transparent with my channel, and another part is so that you can see what it actually looks like to run a small-scale Amazon FBA business. I am a single operator. I don't have anyone helping me, so this is just my business and everything that I have done. I've sourced personally, and yeah, so we'll just get into it. So I'm going to be referring to the total numbers on the right side here as I go through. So total cost of goods sold, $15,794. And then we've got the Amazon fees, $14,968. So most of my expenses here were the cost of goods and the Amazon fees, which is pretty standard. Then we've got things like shipping chargebacks, $775. We've got 30-day storage fees. I paid $401.67. And part of the reason for that is all of the books that I have in stock. And obviously there's a lot of different schools of thought on this, but like some of my books that I have in stock, I did clear out a lot of them. Like I probably disposed of like 200 books this year, just completely threw them in the garbage. And that's kind of normal for a book business, to be honest with you guys. And then, of course, I had quite a bit of inventory left in the year, so you know it's kind of standard. Then we've got disposal fees, $80.10. Then we've got inbound shipping. Inbound shipping is what I paid to get my products to Amazon's warehouse. So every time I sent in a box, that was inbound shipping. So that was $1,024 total for the whole year. Then we've got long-term storage fees, 214 bucks. Then I'll go down here to things like advertising. Obviously, I don't have much advertising costs. I did play around with some AMS ads and did not see any conversions, but obviously I only spent $5.67. I was honestly just trying to test something. I may play around with AMS a little bit more this year. I'm not really sure about how that works. That is one thing that I would really like to study if I get time to do that in the future. Okay, so Amazon Pro subscription, this is that $39.99 that everyone talks about. 480 bucks for the whole year to have that Amazon Pro subscription. So that honestly saves you money in the long run. Otherwise, you pay $1 per item that you sell, which would have been a lot more money for me. Inventory placement. So I did turn that off in March. I did a lot of merchant fulfilled March, April, May. I did turn off inventory placement once I started using Inventory Lab because it kind of directs your shipment to the most efficient thing. So I turned that off. So I only paid $145 in inventory placement. Warehouse prep fees, looks like I paid $9.20. Inventory Lab, which is a software that we are currently looking at all of this data on, you can see that I pay 49 bucks a month for that. So that was $539. Well worth it in my opinion. This is the first year that I've used it, and I've really got a greater understanding of how my business works. Honestly, just being able to look at the data periodically really helps you see if you are on the right track, and it helps you see, like, is this product worth selling again, especially when you can get data like, okay, I paid $17 for an Under Armour shirt, I sold it for 50, I made 19, so I made whatever, 115% return on investment, things like that just kind of help you see whether or not you're doing well. Right here we've got Scout IQ. These are all the months that I paid for Scout IQ, which I do have Scout IQ now, so I paid $308 total throughout the year for Scout IQ. The reason I turned it off for part of the year was I wasn't sourcing books, and I just did not see the point in paying $44 a month for an app that I wasn't using. But I do use that now. I have database mode, which is extra, so that's the reason why it's so expensive, but it allows you to download the whole entire Amazon book database to your phone, and you don't need to have Wi-Fi or LTE service to use it. So if you are outsourcing, you can definitely take advantage of that. Scrolling down here, the last thing that we're going to look at, we've got some tax things that are coming out. Sales tax collected $3,313. And I really don't know much about this, guys. I just kind of let it, I don't really have any control over it anyways, but just a last look at my expenses. 58,000 in expenses and then 26,000 in profit. Last look at my sales, 75,000 in sales. I was really hoping to break six figures for the year, but it just did not happen. Definitely as probably because I could have worked a little harder on it, but overall I'm really happy with this income source for me. 26K was like, you know, to me it was enough for me. Maybe this year 2021 will be more, but that combined with my other businesses made up a pretty decent income for me in terms of, you know, my cost of living. And one of the big reasons that I do this in general is because I want to have the freedom to live the way that I want to live. That means to me like getting up when I want to get up, working when I want to work, going on trips, going out of town, buying what I want to buy, you know, things like that. I live like a pretty, I guess, minimalist lifestyle, and it doesn't take a lot of expensive things to make me happy. But one of the things that has kind of shaped the way that I see the world is that I'm trying to invest for my future. I'm trying to invest in real estate. I paid off my house in 2020, so that was a big goal for me. And I think that, you know, looking to the future, I want to use my Amazon money to grow my Amazon businesses and also to purchase more real estate. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It is, you know, something to share your numbers with the internet. I know a lot of people watch this, but not a lot of people comment or give a thumbs up. So it means a lot to me when you give feedback, even if it is, you know, critical feedback. It's still appreciated because it helps me take a closer look at my business. And yeah, for all of those of you who follow me on my journey, thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next video.